The auto splitter wasn't set up. Is it working now? Yes. We're good. Roll out. Nice little stutter step. Alright, let's get set up here. God, it's clean. So clean. There was another game that I used to speedrun. It was called East 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. That game was also, you know, keyboard and mouse was not the way to go. It originally was, I think, a console game, and it was a PS Vita game, or like a PSP game. And it got ported over into the PC. I played it on keyboard and mouse because I'm a dumbass. But everyone else played it on controller, and I had to stop playing it. I couldn't play it anymore because my playing on keyboard and mouse, for some reason, the inputs that I was doing would crash the game. So I basically just ended up, my method of control that I got used to didn't work for the game, which was great. Loved that. Yeah, it was a little bit rough, but there was an annoying thing, like they didn't port it properly either, so there were a couple of like control quirks that just like sucked. But besides that, I felt so much more in control of the character with the keyboard and mouse because it's just how I play games for the most part. There are some exceptions. I play Super Meat Boy on controller. It's a 2D platformer without a dash. I play Celeste on keyboard, but Super Meat Boy and Dark Souls and Trackmania. So I'm glad that at least Hob knows what they're doing. Hob, Runic Games. The control scheme doesn't feel that bad. Feels pretty good, actually. I will praise it. You played Celeste on both controller and keyboard. Works well on both. Yeah, I really like... I think both worked really well. I just felt more comfortable having... I think movement on my right hand and all my dashes and jumps on my left hand. And I feel like it would feel disgusting if I tried to do that on a controller. Don't fail me. I'm so good. Holy cow. But yeah, I did play Celeste on my friend's Switch for a bit, and the control scheme worked really well, I would say. Oh, did you see that? I finally made the jump. How about this one? Nope. It's okay. It's only a few seconds. I would rather fail it that way than to die. So I'm completely okay with that. It is funny though how much I play on a keyboard mouse control scheme, considering I'm not particularly an FPS player. At least not PvP FPS like Call of Duty. I used to play it a lot, because that's what all of my friends and everything would play growing up. Hello? I think I accidentally dropped off or something. That's no bueno. But yeah, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. Up to Black Ops 2. And then I switched over to Call of Duty Zombies. But I never played much in the way of PvP, like competitive FPS games. Because I'm scared of reactionary competition. I pressed V instead of C! That was scary. So V is my button to walk, C is my button to roll. Never really enjoyed them aside from TF2. That's fair. I don't even know if I've gotten a kill in TF2. I've played like one round or something. 1 or 2 rounds. My friends tried to get me into Fortnite, but I would just get so pissed. And then also Valorant. I couldn't handle it. I was losing my mind. Especially Valorant, because there's this fun little quirk to Valorant where your aim gets drastically worse if you're moving while shooting. At least it happened before. I don't know if it's a changed feature or if it's still in the game, because I haven't kept up with it at all either. But you would have to basically stagger how you play, or stagger your shots and everything in between your movement. And I couldn't get the rhythm down, and it just irritated me, because I was like, I'm aiming at his head, why am I not hitting his head? Yeah, that's the thing. It was more about hanging out with friends than it was actually playing. Which was why I could somewhat tolerate Fortnite, because at least with Fortnite, I felt like I was shooting where I was aiming. But yeah, mostly just didn't play competitive FPS. I switched over to speedrunning probably in like 2017. Single player games even before then. And I haven't really looked back. Don't know why it works, but I guess I somewhat figured that one out. I have a backlog of single-player games. Aha! I was the only game you speedrun, but you're starting to learn Super Metroid since you enjoyed it vanilla so much. Yeah, I don't think I've played as... Actually, I did play a Metroid game. I don't know which one. I think it was on Game Boy. Might have just been called Metroid. there. There are times when I look at games as, would I have fun speedrunning this? And that determines whether or not I, like, buy it. Sometimes I don't play it for the main core gameplay loop of, like, the story and everything. Some of them I do. But some of them I ignore the story entirely and just go into speedrunning it. Hello? There you are. But yeah, I mean, that's why I have the exclamation point timesheet thing. I have a timesheet of all of the games that I've played, the PBs listed out, and when my last PB happened. And I wanted to keep that up to date. I thought I pressed interact, but okay. Because I tend to get more fun out of a game with speedrunning than I do with a core gameplay loop. I don't know why. Even if I'm playing it glitchless. Like, hey, I'm just playing the game, but slightly faster. It's fun to me. Should I do this instead? I very rarely do the not respawning variation of this. Usually prefer a slower pace, especially the first time through a game. Yeah, I feel like when I want to play something casually, I always start out so enthusiastic about it. I always start out going, I'm gonna explore every single detail of this game because I want to know everything this game has to offer. And so I'm like reading item descriptions and stuff. I'm listening to all the dialogue instead of like reading it at my own pace and skipping through it, all that good stuff. But then, as time goes on, I still enjoy the story, but I'm like, they could talk a little faster. I don't need to read all of the tooltips and stuff. And then just I slowly start to speed up and get a little bit more impatient. What happened? Buddy! Alright, so we need to put a little stopper in between Warp Cave and entrance to Key 1. Don't jump that way! Question nothing. Yeah. In some instances I don't mind, but for the most part I'll read like a book or something, or I'll watch a show to get story that's like all dialogue. But recently I've been playing a decent bit of Hytale / Minecraft as well, which, boy, is it a trip to jump back and forth between the two control schemes. Oops. Go down there. Hop off that. Get over the bridge. And by the bridge, I mean the ridge. Look there and dash, which lands you perfectly on the top. Look there, jump. God, I'm a genius. But the thing that's also interesting is that I didn't do that. You saw nothing. I do like horror games, which is pretty much forced slow pace because it's got to be a thriller. I'm a super huge fan of horror movies and stuff. Not because I get scared of them, but oftentimes horror movies, and even horror games to some extent, like to go with like body horror and like extreme gore. And that just makes me uncomfortable. But I do like horror games, like the Resident Evil series and stuff. I haven't played all of them just yet, but that is something that kind of slows the pace a little bit. And I have not speedrun. Actually, I did speedrun Biohazard a little bit, but I didn't really go into the series with the intent to speedrun it, which is a little rare for me. I don't speedrun puzzle games, though. Those are meant to be puzzle games. I think I might be lying. I'm trying to remember what I've speedrun. Okay, yeah, I might be lying. I don't intend to speedrun puzzle games. How about that? Oh, I missed it! Catch you later if you're still streaming. Alright, thanks for hanging out. And now we do this thing that I feel like I get way less consistently than I should. That doesn't feel right. It is correct. We're fine. Yeah, that took me a while to understand that jump. But I understand it now. Probably. Alright, let's stay more than 4.5 minutes ahead. Bingo! Let's get in there. So the left side juts out a little bit farther? Or there's a part on the left side that juts out a little bit farther? Is what Sheep said, I think. We'll figure that out when we get there. Oh, I think I see what he means. Or what they mean. So you go over like this and do that. Okay. I'm afeared and I'm going over here. I get it. I get it. So these are not actually perfect, like 90 degree, 45 degree angles, so I can't use the keyboard for that, unfortunately. But this seems to work excellently for that. Then you go this way. Come this way. For some reason, it just doesn't want to give that to me. Okay. There. Go up. Go over here. Make the jump. So how do you do the momentum thing? See, slashing and jumping just don't work. It don't work. So I never do it. Can I actually, like, get on the ladder? That would be cool. Okay. We question nothing. Right there. This is where I'm going to sit. Maybe for speedrunning I should remove the no backseating tag. I just noticed that I still have it. But like, backseating a speedrun is excellent. If you learn, if someone that knows better than you knows, dude, that gives you free knowledge. Clearly you're not worrying about the story, so. Give me that. Is it like 2? 2. I think it's only 2. Yeah. Right there. Alright, let's try this out. Finally. Okay. Can you actually slash? Hello? So this lineup actually did confuse me for a bit. Because it didn't feel like it was working. And the reason why is because something or other with, there was like a ledge that it kept trying to grab onto or something. And you just needed to basically take a step down onto like the second step almost. But not quite. Dude, that's my toe. Don't touch my toe with the lightning. Alright, we're just gonna... Should we full send it? Alright, we're going this way. We're going this way. So it's kind of not advised for me to not get the side thing. Because I failed that, but I didn't fail it, so we're fine. Oh! Combat. Mortal Kombat. Gladiator fight. Alright, we're going this way. It's that easy. Alright, we got... What's this? It's that thing. Right. I figured it out. What's 52 minus 5? 47? So it's like a 47-minute pace. 48. Unless I keep making it better. But I can also make it worse. Get over there. Don't you dare blow me up. We're fine. So he said you can just kind of drop off. Okay, you can also land on the corruption. On the corrupted thing. Gruz mother. Very intriguing. What did you just do? Buddy? What was that about? I'm really bad at this jump. Just kidding, I'm goated. Well, we are officially sub 44 minutes on my sum of best. I think I waited too long. I forgot to pay attention. There it is. Okay. We're fine. Or is it like here? That feels correct. That does feel quite so correct. Alright. I gotta keep mashing, keep mashing. Oh, we're good. We're good. See, look at how easy that was. Dude? I'm getting really pissed with this guy. I don't know why my... This is twice now. This is twice now that my camera... Or that I fell there. And I also fell here, because I'm really cool. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I'd be able to do that with my keyboard. So you stand here, you look here, and jump. Yeah, there we go. Okay, whatever. I don't think I have a good enough PB to not get this thing here. I expect to fail that at some point in the near future. But that near future is not today. Alright, let's do this. I still have no clue on the timing. This is something that has to be done by feeling, and it really bothers me. Because I am inconsistent with it. Did I make it? Did I make it? I did! Okay. That last jump is the main problem. And this whole deal. But we're fine. Okay. So that is less than 6 minutes. And then we need this corruption, which shouldn't be too bad, in theory. I'm gonna mess it up, guaranteed. Okay, get up there, maybe? That would be cool. What? I thought he was already dead. That's just not right. Pardon me. I gotta go back. Okay. So this was like, when I said it shouldn't be too bad, it was bad. This was really bad. But we have corruption. Cleared, I should say. We do not have corruption anymore. What is it, like, down in that way? Please? You heard me clicking it, right? I'm not going insane? What am I doing? Stay up there. No! Nice stun lock. That was really cool. I get that it was a hard fall, and it was entirely my fault, but I don't have to like it. Hide. Oh, I'm gonna take damage from that. 100%. Just kidding. Okay, so I've only lost like half a minute in the past couple of minutes. That didn't work. There we go. Whoops. Keep the sword out, buddy. Okay. Silly goose. Silly goose. You saw nothing. How do I do this again? Dude, I forget the lineup. I know where the mouse cursor goes, but I forget how to set it up every time. There's a spot where Hob, Mr. Hobman, needs to be standing. And I think it's here. I'm not gonna PB. I think I'm forgetting to hold sprint. Does that change anything? I don't know. There we go. What was that? 3 minutes lost? 2? Maybe just a minute? Please? Yeah. Alright, so I think what I need to do is practice late game. Don't worry about it. We're fine. So yeah, late game is the big kicker. $23. Okay. Mama Core. No! Okay. I thought I was going to get caught for some reason. Okay, next up. Is figuring out what the hell this thing is. 2, 3, 4, 5. There, maybe? If it works, it works. I'm terrified of the rest of it, though. Okay, let's get ourselves a little bit of juice. Give me this bad boy. And then we need to get down. We're just going straight up, right there. I nearly missed that. That is insane. Last one. We're getting somewhere. I probably could have made that go faster by moving. up there. Get far. What did I do? What did I do? I see. Uh-huh. I don't know if that helps or not, but it would be sick if it does, right? If you jump into that cutscene, apparently you respawn and can move, but you can't move because you're locked in place. But if you do move immediately, I don't remember if he's locked into the cutscene for a little bit longer. And if he's not. Ooh. Gimme. Gimme. Wrong one. Get over there. Yes? No. Yes? Yes. Yes. Come on. All right. Did I miss it? I don't think I did. I think that was good. I'm just gonna let it die. I hear the cutscene starting. Come over here. Move into place. Okay. That's my coughing. I hate that sound. Open your eyes, fool. It's when she bows, right? That's when I slam dunk her? Okay, maybe a little bit better. There we go. Stop hitting her. I've done that twice now. Bada 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 bing 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 bing. 48, 55, 59. Not terrible. I have drained a lot of time, but it's a good start.